Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway by Susan Jeffers. The day was Thursday, 24th of July 2008. Against every odd, I left my parents, traveled to another state in my country, and started out fully in the business world. I was just 21 and 6 months old. The normal thing for me to do was to look for a job, but I was too proud to go the normal route. 1 decade after that decision, if I sit down to tell my stories, most people will see me as a very courageous man. You know that man that's fearless, right? I was that man, except that I was not at all fearless. This is the truth. Nobody is fearless. People who seem to be fearless are people who act despite the fear in their hearts. Everyone fears new territory. The first major lesson in the Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway is you can never overcome fear by hoping. You can only overcome fear by taking actions. By the way, if this is your first time on our channel, welcome, and consider subscribing because we'll help you to read all the world's best books under 7 minutes. Let's move to the second lesson. I remember my mother warning me, don't make too many friends. I remember my father always warning me, don't travel at night. Unfortunately, I never listened to any of the advice all my early adulthood. Ouch, what a bad son I was. But wait, how exactly do you think we become extremely fearful in life? Well, there are 2 things involved. First, we learn how to be afraid. Like my parents, we all have people in our society who try to teach us how to be afraid. The second factor that makes us so fearful is our natural instinct designed to protect us. Take for instance, if you see a wild animal, what is the first feeling you have? Fear, of course. Such a fear is by no way a bad thing. Instead, it's a mechanism to protect us, unlike if you are afraid of making friends. The point here is, if you can get education and understand what fear is and the source of every fear, you can easily deal with fear. For instance, when I understood that my parents didn't want me to make much friends because they believed I could be wrongly influenced by friends, I decided to make much good friends. The second major lesson in Susan Jeffers' Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway is get education about fear and you can manage it better. After making mistakes and falling in the business world for more than 5 years, my elder brother called me and handed me a good warning. If you destroy your life, don't come back to me for help. To which I laughed. You see, I entered my adulthood with a strong sense of responsibility. I was that young guy who was willing to try crazy things because he was willing to accept 100% responsibility either he fails or succeeds. Today, I hear many people complaining about everything. They hate their jobs, their boss, and their cities, and somehow they think they cannot do anything about their situations. The reason is very simple. They are not willing to take responsibility. The more you blame anyone for your situation, the less power you have to change your situations. Do you wish to change your situation? The third major lesson in the Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway is take 100% responsibility of your life and you will have courage to change your life. Sorry, I need to talk about my father once again. He was stingy and always afraid of spending money. My mother was the opposite. She could give anyone her last dollar. Growing up, I wondered why my mother always had something to give, even as she worked lesser than my father. I later understood. It's that word, F-E-A-R. It happens to most of us. We are afraid of poverty, so we want to hold to ourselves as much money as we have. Even while we give, our motive is to get something in return. Unfortunately, until you overcome the fear of poverty, you can't be rich. The man who gives money generously is telling himself, "I'm a rich man," and everything else he thinks or does will be in the direction of seeing who he believes he is. The man who is afraid of giving generously is telling himself, "I'm poor." You may not believe in the law of attraction. Just believe in this fourth major lesson from Susan Jeffers' book. To be rich and live a meaningful life, you must overcome the fear of poverty. Give generously and your mind will believe you are rich, hence create wealth for you. Over a decade ago, I read a quote that goes like, "Your life in the next 5 years will be determined by the people you spend your time with and the books you read." I took that as a commandment and my life got transformed for it. I'm sorry, you must be scrutinized to be qualified for my friendship. Yeah, I can greet you on the road, smile with you, do you a favor, or be in the same meeting with you, even if you are the most negative person on earth. However, if I'm to recognize you as my friend, you must be one of those stupid idiots who believe the world is wrong. You must be positive and willing to kill the status quo, as this book preaches courage, positive thinking, and proactiveness if you are to change your mind accordingly. Before long, you notice that many people around you will not be supportive of your newly found way of life. Most times, you can't win them, so you may have to avoid them. The fifth major lesson in the Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway is surround yourself with positive and supportive people who can encourage you to take actions and achieve greatness with your life. Now, let's discuss. What lessons do you think I missed in this book? What points would you like to add? Which other good books would you like our team to summarize next? We love to receive your comments. If you love this summary, our team will be very happy if you can like this video and share it with your friends on social media. And if you've not subscribed to our channel, subscribe now and turn on the notification, because we'll help you to read all the best books in the world within 7 minutes. We love you.